Chapter 1, How to Write a Book, is all about content collection. The beauty of this is that I'm going to demystify the process of writing a book for you to make it easy. After you watch all of these videos, you should be well on your way to creating a killer manuscript that really engages people's hearts. If you really want to create a bestseller and not just another boring book, then please watch these videos and apply these principles that we've learned and taught after more than a decade working with Simon & Schuster and Penguin and the best editors, authors, and publishers in the world. So here we go. Chapter 1, Content Collection. Tools that you need: an iPad or a laptop. I strongly suggest a laptop instead of a computer, because once you have your manuscript, you want to be mobile. Nothing motivates you and inspires you more than being able to travel with a backpack. I used to write my first books on my motorcycle. I would put my backpack on my back, jump on my motorcycle, go to Barnes & Noble or a cafe and sit and write. But you really want to be able to be a mobilepreneur. You don't have to have a motorcycle. You can have a laptop instead of a desktop. You can have an iPad. I've written the last 35 books on an iPad, so that works great too. Just make sure it's big enough. I recommend the big iPad. For chapter 1, start with story. We usually ask our authors to answer a question about the best day of their life, or maybe the worst day of your life, or perhaps the most powerful memory that you have. We don't want you to think too hard about how to structure the book, and we certainly don't want you to think about starting at the beginning. A big mistake would be to say, you know, when I was 10 years old. Like, that's not how you start. Don't start a powerful idea or a manuscript with a time reference. People are really more interested in ideas and concepts and stories. So isn't it quite interesting if you would read a book about someone who got rescued after falling off a waterfall, or someone who climbed a mountain, and at the very top of the mountain there was something incredible that no one else had ever seen? Or wouldn't it be interesting if you wrote a story about the day that you most remember in your life? Whether it's sad or happy, start with the story. Start with the most compelling story. Some of the best books in the world are all centered around one simple story, okay? So don't make it too complex. Start with a story, and that's how I want you to go with your content. I don't want you to start by talking about your childhood, because remember, it's all about the reader. So chapter 1, start with the story. If you've already gotten halfway through a manuscript and you're well on your way, make sure you go back and you examine chapter 1, 2, and 3 to make sure that the content is all about the story and building the foundation of the book, so the reader knows exactly what they're getting and who you are.